We have been blessed with 4 different accounts of the life of Christ. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all tell of the time Jesus, the God-man, spent here on earth. Each was written with a specific purpose and audience in mind. Matthew penned his gospel to the Jews in an effort to prove to them that Jesus is the Messiah. We can see this clearly in the constant quotations from the Old Testament which he inserted in his writing. You see, the Israelites knew the scriptures, and Matthew cited prophecies which they would have been familiar with, or at least had access to, that Jesus fulfilled. After recording the conversation between Mary and the angel Gabriel, where he proclaimed that she would be with child, although she never knew a man, Matthew writes this, as recorded in chapter 1, verses 22 and 23. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will be with child and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel, which means God with us. After healing the multitudes, we read this in Matthew 8:17. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and carried our diseases. These are just 2 of the many examples we find in Matthew's gospel. In fact, Jesus fulfilled over 300 Old Testament prophecies when he came to earth 2,000 years ago. Do you have doubts about Jesus being the Savior of the world? Start in Matthew and see how many times he cites that the things the Lord did were to fulfill something that had been said of him. Don't simply believe he is the Christ because others say he is. Look at the evidence of fulfilled prophecy so that you can accept the truth about who Jesus really is.